Milling Through History presents Memorial Day. At the end of May every year, most people know that Memorial Day will help signify the beginning of the summer season. And while we do remember the fact that Memorial Day is meant to honor those soldiers who had died in battle for the freedom of the United States, most people do not necessarily understand the true meaning and context of the day. Its origins does rather find itself shrouded in mystery, as no one knows exactly who started Memorial Day or even where it began. At least 25 different locations in the United States can claim to have been the home of the very first Memorial Day. And it can be shown that throughout the United States, before the Civil War, there were claims of Memorial Days being done, as there were family members who were honoring those who had died in the early years of our country. In the South, Mississippi, Virginia, and South Carolina had precedents for the creation of Memorial Day. And on May 26, 1966, President Lyndon Johnson designated the official birthplace of Memorial Day to be Waterloo, New York. Congress had recognized the town's claim of being the birthplace. However, scholarly research has since disproven that urban legend as being the original location of Memorial Day. Interestingly enough, though, Memorial Day was originally referred to as Decoration Day, as it was being used as a method of decorating those tombstones to honor the ones who had fallen for the nation's freedom. The term Memorial Day was first being used in 1882, but not become the more dominant name until after the Second World War. In 1967, federal law would officially change the name of Memorial Day from Decoration Day to that of Memorial. The tradition of decorating graves with flowers goes all the way back into antiquity, and we do know that, especially within the South, many families had been doing this since before the Civil War. Today, flags are placed at the grave sites of fallen soldiers, be it through veterans, family members, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or other organizations. However, with the official creation of the Memorial Day holiday, a great deal of concerns began to come forward. In 1913, an Indiana veteran complained that since the Civil War, the youth tended to forget the purpose of Memorial Day and make it a day for games, races, and revelry instead of a day of memory and tears. His concerns were greatly compounded by the fact that just 2 years prior, the Indianapolis 500 race was scheduled for Memorial Day. In 1923, Indiana had gone ahead and put through the legislature a bill which would ban the racing of the Indianapolis 500 over Memorial Day weekend. However, the American Legion and local officials were able to convince the governor to veto this particular bill. On June 28, 1968, Congress would create the three-day weekend holiday of Memorial Day. And after the law took effect in 1971, it would move the actual original commemoration of Memorial Day from being May 30th to the last Monday in May. And while today businesses do observe the Memorial Day holiday weekend as the unofficial beginning of summer, there are still veterans groups, such as the VFW and the Sons of Union Veterans, which advocate moving Memorial Day back to May 30th. As they explain, the three-day weekend has undermined the very meaning of the day, thus contributing to the general public's nonchalant observance of Memorial Day. As such, even in society today, there are those who strictly want to remember those who had fallen in the service of their country, while a vast majority continue to look at it as being a holiday. And be sure to click like, share, and subscribe for future episodes of Milling Through History, and leave comments below for future episode ideas. And be sure to take a look at our suggested reading page.